My concern about this hearing is that it seems to want to venture into the policing of rhetoric in a free society, free speech, and away from the rule of law and taking out bad guys. And as a former federal prosecutor, I'm kind of predisposed and wired to want to go take out bad guys. I think the Chinese Communist Party running the country of China, I think they're the bad guys. And I think that they are harming people, and I think they are engaging in modern day slavery.
I want to go back to something that Mr. Roy said earlier. Your president and your party and your colleagues can talk about issues with any other country that you want, but you don't have to do it by putting a bullseye on the back of Asian Americans across this country, on our grandparents, on our kids. This hearing was to address the hurt and pain of our community and to find solutions, and we will not let you take our voice away from us.
Wow. Joining our conversation, Democratic Congressman Andy Kim of New Jersey. Congressman, first, just your reaction to what we just played.
I have to say it's hard to watch. It is. And I'm just grateful for the voice of my colleague Grace Meng for what she did and what she said. This is supposed to be a moment for us as a country to come together and to condemn this act of violence and this mass murder that occurred, taking innocent lives. This is not a moment to be hijacked and pivoted to some other topic. We need to be confronting this pain right here in our own community. And I stand with Grace. I stand with others to make sure that that is done.
Are you surprised that as recently as, I think it was Tuesday night, the former president was on Fox News uttering the kinds of statements that have put a target on the backs of many Asian Americans, as the Congresswoman said there? He called the coronavirus pandemic the China flu on Fox News. I've looked. I haven't seen anyone condemning him from the right. Can you solve this problem while the right is turning the other way when those comments are made?
Well, we've seen them turn the other way on a lot of different issues. And right now we see, certainly the former president over the last year has poured gasoline on the fire. But I do want to just to really state that the violence and the discrimination against the Asian American community preceded the coronavirus. It will be around after the coronavirus crisis comes to an end. It isn't just about COVID. It isn't just about what the former president has said. He has certainly, like I said, poured that gasoline on and made things much worse and made it harder for us to understand how we can come together with the unity that we should be after such a massive tragedy like this. So it certainly breaks my heart, but I'm heartened by President Biden going to Atlanta tomorrow and doing what a leader should be doing.
What will he hear?
What he's going to hear is pain, a rawness that exists. I've heard it from people in Georgia and elsewhere, a feeling like they have not been seen or heard before. I've heard so many Asian Americans say that they did not report some of the instances that they've experienced, partly because of fear of retaliation, but some of them said they didn't report it because they didn't think anything would actually happen. And that kind of isolation, that kind of feeling of abandonment is something that we need to change. This engagement is a first step. This hearing and these steps are a first step. But how do we make sure that that engagement is there, even when this is not on the front pages of newspapers or on the banners of news programs like this? We need to have that sustained follow-up.
I remember seeing these pictures of you on January 7th. I'm going to put them up again for our viewers, cleaning up some of the devastation after the insurrection. And this was your house, and this was your place of work, and it had been vandalized and attacked, and people died. But there's obviously a through line between the hatred that led to that attack and the hatred that we're talking about. How do you heal all the hatred at this moment that we seem to not agree on a common set of facts anymore?
I've really struggled over the last 2 months since the insurrection and in the last 2 days since the brutal mass murder to try to make sense of what's happening. So I'm not going to be able to tell you right now that I have all the answers here. But what it starts with is having that kind of respect for our country, respect for our democracy, our institutions of democracy like the Capitol building, and respect for each other. And clearly we are losing that. We're losing that shared space and that shared understanding and that shared truth in our country right now. And we have to make sure that we change because we are not on a good trajectory here at all. In fact, in order for us to get where we need to go, we need to make sure we have some changes there. So that's certainly something I'm committing myself to working on, and I hope others do as well.
Do you feel safe when you walk around, when you are in your community or out at night? Do you feel threatened?
When I go around my community now, I go around my community, I have for a while, with armed escort when I'm on official duty. I have sheriff departments coming with me because we're concerned. This, again, happened before January 6th, but it just shows the kind of situation that we're in. I'm grateful for their support, but I am worried. I'm worried about my family. We have experienced, I have as well, specific instances over the last year of discrimination where I've been yelled at, my family members have been yelled at, people telling us to get away from them because they think that they're going to get the coronavirus from us. This is something that I worry about a lot.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.